Have you ever watched someone act completely out of character? A normally thoughtful person suddenly explodes. A caring friend becomes passive-aggressive. A calm type turns cold and calculating. It doesn't feel like them, and maybe it isn't. Because beneath every MBTI type, beneath the functions we know and trust, there's something else. A hidden layer, reactive, instinctive, shadowed. Every personality type in MBTI is built on 4 core cognitive functions, the ones we use most often. They guide how we perceive the world, how we make decisions, how we navigate relationships and choices. But that's only half the story. Behind those 4 lie 4 more. The shadow functions. Functions 5 through 8 in the full 8-function stack. They don't show up in everyday behavior, at least not unless we're under pressure. Stress, conflict, ego threat, that's when they surface. They mirror our conscious functions, but not as allies. They resist, distort, confuse, or at times, destroy. They're not evil, but they are volatile. And if we're unaware, they can take the wheel. First comes the opposing function, position 5 in the stack. It mimics our dominant function, but in reverse and in defense. It pushes back. It argues. It shows up when we feel cornered. And suddenly, we dig in. Rigid, reactive, stubborn in ways that don't feel like us. Then, the critical parent, also called the witch or senex. It's the 6th function. It resembles our auxiliary, but with judgment. It critiques, it moralizes, it punishes more than it guides. It speaks with authority, but often in a tone of condescension or control. You hear it when someone corrects you, not to help, but to assert superiority. Next, the trickster. Function number 7, and it's exactly what it sounds like. The trickster doesn't destroy, it disorients. It manipulates logic, or emotion, or both. It misleads through ambiguity. It hides behind irony or contradiction. You ask a question and get 10 answers. You think you're in control until you aren't. And finally, there's the demon, the 8th and lowest function, buried, raw, and potentially transformative. The demon appears when identity feels attacked. It lashes out to protect the core self, even if it burns everything in the process. It may sabotage relationships, it may explode without warning, or, in the rarest cases, it may catalyze deep psychological rebirth. A kind of destruction that clears the ground for something new to emerge. These shadow functions do not define you. They don't mean someone is bad, untoxic, or broken. This is not pathology, it's psychodynamics. But they do explain those moments when our behavior surprises even ourselves. Why a type known for empathy might become emotionally manipulative. Why a logic-driven type might twist facts to protect their worldview. Why even the most compassionate person might weaponize clarity to regain control. This is not about blame, it's about integration. Recognizing the shadow doesn't make you weaker, it makes you more whole. So now we've named them: opposing, critical parent, trickster, demon. They're not enemies, they're mirrors, fragments of you that speak when your usual voice breaks. But awareness is everything, because the real danger isn't that they show up, it's that we pretend they don't exist. And once you recognize them, not as villains but as messengers, something shifts. The shadow doesn't vanish, but it stops driving from the dark and starts walking beside you. This series is just getting started, We'll go deeper, type by type, function by function. Because every MBTI type has a shadow face, and every shadow has something to teach. Coming up next, what happens when an INFJ meets their trickster? When their inner calm collides with the sharp edge of extroverted thinking? If you really want to understand your type, you have to face the parts you don't control. Your turn. What's your MBTI type? And when have you felt your shadow taking over? Like, comment, and subscribe if you're ready to keep exploring the side of personality most people are too afraid to face. Because next time, we just might be talking about you. Thanks for watching. See you on the next episode.